Alright, welcome back everyone. This is not really a base tour or an action kind of video, but just kind of a catch up to recap what we did in our last play session. This game is kind of grindy, to say the least. And we realized that we're coming up on the Blood Moon. Like we're on day 75, the next one comes up at day 77, and we were running very much low on brass to make bullet casings. Because, we gotta craft our own ammo to survive. So we went out and spent 2 full game days, which is roughly 3 hours in real life, collecting all of these radiators out of cars. Each one is good for roughly, each radiator is good for 100 brass, which then turns into 50 bullet casings. But we have to keep the furnaces running non-stop, and we also have some lead cooking in, which turns into the bullet tips that we need down here, which is also a necessity for the ammo that we make. And the other ingredient that we need is gunpowder, which we have some, but to be honest, this is only enough. Like there's 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, almost 10,000 gunpowder would be enough to last us maybe 2 weeks in game. So, I mean, that is a definite factor of this game. There is a grind to material resources. It makes it difficult to record and make an entertaining video just as a general gameplay without making them incredibly long and just watching us wrenching cars. I don't know if you can hear it in the video, but that airplane was incredibly loud on my end, and it's dropping off a supply drop right over in that direction, which in early game was absolutely crucial to us because it supplied all kinds of canned food and whatnot that we could survive on. But food is no longer an issue, and the canned food is kind of useless to us now. But yeah, so we spent the last 3 hours of playtime, not in that one, collecting radiators. Like, if this is where the base is here, I'm going to zoom out because it'll make sense. This is where our home base is now with the Horde base. This is where the castle is. All the way down here is the wasteland where we went to gather the radiators from all the random cars that are around. A little side note about this area is there are random landmines all over the place. I did die to a landmine in the process of those last 3 days. I didn't see it, just all of a sudden there it was, and boom, and I'm dead. So thankfully, before we had started that mission, went the wrong direction. We thought it'd be a good idea to build a second Jeep. This is my Jeep here, which for whatever odd reason, the only person that can access the inventory for a vehicle is the person that places it on the ground initially. So this one is my Jeep that I can access the inventory of. But before we left on our little brass adventure, we decided to make a second Jeep over here for Jeebs. And it worked out great because I was quite a ways away and there's a 15-minute despawn time on our inventory bags after we die. If you don't make it back to then, everything you have in your inventory disappears. So Jeeps was able to bring his Jeep and come pick me up so that I can make it back, and we have a visitor knocking on the door. It's like, Opie. Still not down yet. Shoot him in the butt, because why not? Okay, shoot him in the head and blow it up. That's effective too. Okay, so anyways. Apparently I'm hungry and thirsty. I thought I took care of that before I left, but guess not. So this is what we got for food and water. Meat stews, hobo stews, fish tacos, we got some steak and potato meals, we got bacon and eggs, we got blueberry pies. In the random drops and whatnot, you get all kinds of generic, cans of cat and dog food or chicken rations, miso soup, cans of peas, pretty much garbage. Well, we're obviously well past that point, so I'm gonna eat some steak and potatoes. Because for some reason my stats are just way down. Let's check that out. What do we got going on here? Oh, it's because I have these antibiotics going on. That's right. Last time we played, I got myself some food poisoning and couldn't figure out how to get rid of it, so I just ate one of everything we had and got myself addicted to pills, which totally killed my stamina and hunger and all of that. So, I mean, addiction is a real thing even in 7 Days to Die. I'm still dealing with the side effects of said addictions. Thirsty, drink some water. Drink some more water. Drink some more water because you just can't get enough of it. Put that back into there and get back to the point of this video, which is we're cooking up resources to craft our ammo to be able to survive the blood moons. It's like the last blood moon, both me and Jeebs fired give or take 1,000 rounds apiece. So like in terms of brass, 1,000 rounds is this entire row right here. So these 2 rows is the 2 of us for 1 blood moon. So we spent 3 hours collecting all of this, and it's gonna last us 3, maybe 4 blood moons, and then we're gonna have to go out and do it again. But things as we go keep getting progressively more difficult, and the zombies are coming in greater numbers and greater sponginess to where it takes more bullets to actually kill them. So, I mean, even the 3 to 4 may be kind of idealistically looking at it. I mean, for all we know, shit could hit the fan. We could be looking at 2 blood moons worth of stuff before we have to go out and spend another couple game days or few real life hours just harvesting materials for ammo. Because, I mean, that's just how it goes. I mean, this is a full survival game. And because crops are ready to collect, give you a little view of what farming is look like. And I missed and punched the dirt. That's how you collect mushrooms. You just punch them. Come back out and you can see they're all still seeded yet. And they will regrow with time. Close the doors. We'll also need potatoes. Yeah, I don't know if this is interesting or not, but this is what the game is. There is a definite grind aspect to it. I kind of want to portray that just to show what the full game is all about. And again, all of these are still seeded, which is a change from Alpha 16 to Alpha 17. In Alpha 16, they wouldn't be seeded yet. You would have to convert some of your collected produce back into seeds and go back and replant them again. Now they stay planted. I mean, I could go and punch this seed again and pick it up and then replant it somewhere else, but it's still the seed. The other thing that we want to collect is the blueberries, because, you know, who doesn't like some blueberry pie every now and then? Let's pick all this stuff up. Like this here is yucca, which we have a very big supply of and really have not much use for anymore. And we have chrysanthemums, cotton, goldenrod, which basically we use for paint, because otherwise, like, you can make goldenrod tea, but it's not really worth the time and effort to make. You can make red tea with the chrysanthemums, again, not really worth the time and effort to make for the benefits you get from it. So we use these flowers as paint, because why not? Aloe is obviously healing, and corn. We have a lot of corn growing here, and we have far more corn in storage already, so it's, until we need it, just kind of just leave it there ready to harvest. You know, so it's all good to go if we need. And now what I was talking about before, like with the canned foods and whatnot, we have all of these cans here that just kind of build up in numbers. This is all the yucca fruit we really have no use for, but yet we have several hundreds of them. Mushroom stack here. Got potatoes, which we need for steak and potato meals. Vegetable stews, which we really don't have any of at the moment, but is an option. We got blueberries up here for blueberry pies. And we got the one clay soil from when I missed the mushroom and punched the ground. Which, we have a little bit of clay soil on hand as well. We have all that because we need to combine them with stone, which we have a bit of, to make the cobblestone rocks, which is our basis of the castle build. Use the clay and stone to make cobblestone rocks, use cobblestone rocks to make flagstone blocks, and the flagstone blocks is our old-timey castle appearance look. So that's nothing else, just a little bit of a look into what we did in our last play session, accumulating all the brass to make the ammo, which we need another stack in there because we gotta constantly be cooking it, because for whatever reason you can only keep 5 in a stack, which is kind of ridiculous. So we got that cooking there, we got the lead cooking, and yeah, that's just a basic quick update on what we did in our last play session. And we're gonna take the next couple days to craft up ammo and for our guns, and make shotgun rounds for the turrets, because we have shotgun turrets right there and right there at the end of each tunnel, and then we're gonna have to rebuild some spikes to replace where they got busted out. And that's the game plan for the next couple days. And of course I didn't make it up there, so we're going to take the long way. And I guess we'll leave it at that. So, a little update to what we got going on. I guess not so quick because we're looking at 17, 18 minutes now. But, I mean, that's just how this game works. So, hope you enjoyed. Catch you in the next video. Have a good one.